Some Maryland Democratic legislators are looking at introducing expanded gun legislation. Meanwhile, across the river, West Virginia legislators are trying to resurrect legislation and expanded concealed carry rights. Jim, who's right here?
Well, Maryland's already got the toughest gun laws in the nation.
Yeah.
And right now, I think the Democrats want to keep their political agenda going, make it even tougher. And there are some things in the bill that I can agree on. There are some things in the bill I don't agree on. But West Virginia is a great state to live in if you want to conceal and carry, or open carry. I think that's what they want to go to. Does it reduce crime? I think it does. If you want to rob a store and someone's got a gun, I think someone's going to stop you. That's been proven throughout the nation it has stopped. But there are...
Most of the police hate the idea. If you ask Sheriff Mullendorf, he does not like the idea of concealed carry. I don't know any police that really do, you know, in terms of, you listen to the police unions and everything, they don't like this idea at all. It makes their job twice as hard, it makes their life twice as threatened. You know, and there's all this big thing about, you know, oh, the liberals are against the police. Well, I think you've got to look on the other side here, because it's really giving a leg up to people who are criminal. I mean, it's illegal to conceal carry, and I just don't
Do
think
you
that's a
think
good
that
thing.
criminals don't conceal carry regardless of what the law says?
They might. However, if you know that everybody can do it, can you imagine being the policeman? Just think about it.
It'd be a lot safer.
I don't
As
think
long as-
so.
no, I
The more
disagree with that
guns don't
because,
make it
no,
safer,
because
'cause
just the other
people
day
shoot
there
at
was a
them.
cop that got pinned down.
It's
He lost his gun because I guess he's out of
Yeah.
ammo, and a guy, a law-abiding citizen who was concealed carry, came up and helped protect that police officer. The
Well,
cop
yeah.
survived.
I'm curious as to...
But the police still wouldn't agree with
I
you.
don't know about not every sheriff. I mean, Sheriff Mullendorf.
Most of them do. The ones in West
I've never heard
Virginia
them
have
come out.
spoken out. Doug Mullendorf.
Some of them.
I'm curious
Some
as
of
to the number of instances where somebody
I
who's
support
carrying...
the police. I don't know about you,
You
but
know, I think it's the right.
they got a
America's
tough
been-
job.
Well, America's been free because of our Second Amendment, the
No,
right to
no,
carry
no,
firearms.
no.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
yes,
You tell me the
yes.
other one now. Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, the Second
Absolutely.
Amendment...
That's
Nobody
what
has
about
done
the
away
Civil
with that.
War.
Civil War is different. That was between
Why?
trying to free the North
Why?
was trying to free the blacks.
There were
black people.
600,000 people who died in that war.
We're talking foreign invaders.
What?
Foreign
They were
invaders.
foreign invaders.
What, Civil War?
Yes. They withdrew from the United States. They were the Confederate States of America.
I would disagree.
It
You're
did
still
not
on
stop
American
that.
soil.
Well,
It had
okay.
nothing to do about the Second Amendment rights.
Oh, I mean, come on.
They wanted to keep the slaves, and
This
the
is-
North wanted to free
yeah.
the slaves. Simple.
Yeah, they wanted to keep the slaves, but the guns had nothing to do to stop that war.
Well, they
Did it?
provoked it.
In fact, it made it worse.
But lack of
We've
guns,
got two oceans besides.
you know, we talk about government overreach
the
now.
most insane argument I've
Imagine
ever
what it
heard.
might be without
It's insane.
guns and the Second Amendment.
Well, just look at countries around the world. They survive somehow. Rather well, and we have the highest rate of gun deaths
And
in the
any
world per
industrialized
100,000
nation as well.
anywhere, except Somalia maybe.
Yeah, any
And the
industrialized
places that
nation.
have the lowest gun deaths in our country are those that have the most open gun laws.
Yes.
But it
and are
doesn't
least
work on a
restrictive.
I don't
national
think it's
scale
based on
for any
laws. I think
country
it's
that I
based on
know
the
of.
demographic of
Well,
the
you couldn't
people
do it
that
in
are
Baltimore.
there. But
Why
I'm,
not?
I'm
You're all for guns. Everybody in Baltimore gets a gun.
Well, hey, you know.
Are you going to go to Baltimore, Jim?
Not with not being armed.
You know, I don't mind registration.
But you're going to go there being armed, and what's the chances then that might be some kind of a fight with guns and somebody's going to die?
That's.
If they all have guns.
But my
You
life.
think that's going to be better if you have a gun to go
My
to
life
Baltimore?
comes first. Okay, when it comes to.
Well, our community lives come first.
Well, of course. But when my life's threatened by somebody or a thug, and if I have the means to protect myself and I'm cornered and I can't get away, because the first mean is to escape and get out of the hot zone.
Absolutely.
That's
Have you
not
ever been
always-
threatened in your life like
I've served 21 years in the military, my friend.
that? Have you
19
ever been threatened on the
Yes,
street
I
in
had.
America?
I had a
with a gun?
revolver pointed at my head
By who? A person?
by domestic violence.
well,
Oh, domestic
think,
violence.
but can
Okay.
but I think really the issue
That's part of the
isn't
law here.
necessarily
That's
understand
correct.
the people that are trained with guns. I think the bigger issue is if somebody like myself who is not trained with guns at all, if I was to be able to carry a gun concealed and was attacked, would I have more of a chance to protect myself because I had the gun there?
No.
Well, one of
Even
our
in jail?
senators, one of our
Right.
senators
Yeah.
said that people can't just come up all of a sudden be James Bond and know how to get out of
Exactly.
situations.
They
That's
can't.
And that's true.
That's
But
true.
there's a portion of the population
That's
that
true.
can. There's a portion of the
small-
population. And
a
there are some,
very
how do you know that?
small
On what basis
portion.
do you
Because
quote
they
that
have
statistic?
done studies of people, they
Show
put
me
'em-
one.
they
Show me
put
one.
'em-
done
go
by
online.
Seriously.
Go
That's all.
online.
Well, no, didn't
Have
President
you ever
Obama
gone
just
online
put?
and
Oh, come on.
investigated?
We can't talk about trash
What
here.
we know statistically is that
What?
states with less gun laws have less gun violence.
Yes.
That is unquestionable.
No,
fact.
part of it is because of the demographics.
Demographic,
of how many
absolutely.
people per square mile. They have all this stuff about well, Kansas the
So,
safest. It's one of the
What
most
you're
per
saying,
100,000 worst
Tom,
in the
what
country.
you're saying, you want to hurt the innocent people.
No,
There's criminals
no.
will always get guns.
No,
Yes,
You go
they
to-
will.
They will always get
they
guns.
will not always get guns. We
How-
can make
why
it a
won't
lot
they?
harder for them.
Why? How's it
How?
harder?
We're
How?
supposed to be talking
There's
about
the
the gun
black
laws
market.
here.
Is
Well,
it
we
hard
are.
in New York
We're
to
talking
get
about the
guns?
gun
Is it
laws.
hard? Is it hard in Baltimore to get a gun?
Well, what are
It's
these?
hard, it's not
What
as
are these
easy as
new
some
gun
places.
laws that they're trying to pass? Though?
So
What are
there's
they
there's
saying?
essentially three. And
Yes,
there's
sir, that's
there's
what we're supposed
one
to be talking
around
about.
preventing domestic violence.
And I understand that that's what a lot of the
Which is a huge
Republicans
issue.
Which
feel
is a
that
huge
is
issue,
hold on
yeah.
is redundant, but only because it's essentially always been there apparently. That anybody
It's
who
not required.
it's not required. Anybody who
That's
has
all
been
they're doing.
convicted of
Yeah.
domestic violence is supposed to give up their
but-
weapons, but
Right.
it's not required, and that
I would
judges
agree with
aren't.
that. I agree. But you know what?
Why?
They forgot mental illness here.
Which
Because
is-
they-
Why is it?
okay,
why should
now
they give
they've
them
proven themselves as a threat.
Right.
Okay, that they crossed the line.
But
Okay.
I would argue that they're going to get their guns anyway if they want
Yes.
them. The
Yes,
second
so
law
why
is
have-
federal.
so then why
I
have
would
the law?
argue that
So why
President
have this law?
Obama just said how much money is supposed to go to mental illness awareness. So maybe that would help this kind of issue.
Well, yeah,
with
well, that's
mental
just
illness.
part of it.
Federal
Most
terrorist-
mentally ill people are
Yeah.
not violent.
Exactly.
Federal terrorist watch
Not.
list. And this particular piece of
You
legislation
must
is
agree with that one.
actually modeled after something that was signed into law by New Jersey Governor
Chris
Chris
Christie.
Christie.
Exactly.
So, and yes, if you're on a
A
watch list,
Republican on the
And
right.
as you said, that's kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer. Yeah.
yeah, that
Okay.
is a no-brainer. So,
Okay.
so that's
So
not an
so
issue.
they're not going to take away your guns because they passed these two laws.
But the guns as defense,
No, I just want to get that on record.
I
they're
don't
not going
think
to take away
You're not
my
going to
guns.
They're not gonna
accuse the
take away mine.
Democrats or these
They're
people
not
in
gonna
Minneapolis
take away
of
my
coming for
guns,
your
no,
guns
because
they're
I am neither of the
expanding
above.
the gun laws.
I am neither of
You're
the above.
expanding the because you are.
Guns
But if
as
somebody
defense,
else
so. As
though.
long as you do everything you're supposed to do, then you should be
Personally,
okay.
that's
As
all
long
that
as you're a
matters.
law-abiding citizen.
Then you're
Well, who
fine.
determines
Fine.
that?
Your guns
Other
aren't going to
than
go away.
Yeah,
You
but-
aren't
But
law-abiding
you
as
have
soon
the
as you
right
kill
to protect
somebody.
your home and your family and your
Absolutely.
community. If
Well,
it
who's
be-
against? Who's saying?
But
that
if
this
you're a domestic
this is
violence
concealed carry anywhere in
convict, then you
Walmart,
really don't care about your
You
family's
agree with
safety.
What's that?
concealed carry in Walmart.
If they allow it. Like Panera Bread says no, so you just have to leave your
As
gun in
if
the
we
car.
didn't have enough crazy people in Walmart.
Yeah, I
so
mean, I
but
wouldn't
there's
go to Walmart
the
because-
Americans, the majority of Americans do
Well,
not want to go into Walmart.
You know, who
and have
knows? You
people
go to
packing
Walmart
meat.
and all of a sudden you see thugs robbing the cash register.
And you
pow,
start
pow, pow.
shooting, and you probably are going to kill
Well, I'm
6 or
ex-
7
If you're not trained, you're going to
If
end up
not
hitting
trained, Well, the
bystanders.
first
most
thing
aren't.
is, with
Most
gun
are
laws,
not
if you want to
trained.
carry, you need to go through training.
No,
need
you
to
don't
go-
in West Virginia now.
No, wait. You
But
do
you
in the
should.
state of Maryland?
I'm
But
sorry.
okay, but
There's
they
got
don't.
that
to be some
required?
common
This is the law
sense.
we're
Yeah, state
talking
of Maryland,
about.
you have to go through
And
training.
I
This
think
is
that's
what they're
what we
doing.
should be doing in
Yeah.
every state.
If you want to carry a firearm, you need to go through a safety
Very
class,
thorough training.
a very thorough training like we
Yes.
did in the military.
Yes,
And that's great.
but that's not what they're doing in West Virginia.
Not yet, no.
Well, they haven't done anything in
haven't
West
done
Virginia.
But
yet.
well, they already passed it through one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Okay,
that's
but
West
that's, so what do you agree about
But
that?
we're-
This is on the
our
one of
main
the
focus
subjects.
is Maryland, but West Virginia is West Virginia, but their laws over
The
there.
question said, what
Well,
are we doing across
I
the river?
think we're going to just leave it at that. Thank
They don't
you
wanna
guys
talk about
for
that.
your help. What
don't wanna talk
disease
about
is more epidemic than AIDS, West Nile, and avian flu combined? What disease is misdiagnosed up to 50% of the time and can have over 300 symptoms? Stay tuned for the answer soon.